I was dating this chick one time, and she had this American friend. And this American chick was cancer, total cancer. Anytime there was a hiccup in the relationship, she was automatically like, I swear to God, these girls have like the feminist or handbook that's just handed out. And it was just like, always, well, you don't deserve him. You deserve better. You should leave him. You're the best. You don't deserve this girl. That's just what they believe. They have this endless source of entitlement that these imperfect people somehow deserve the perfect relationship. Why does that happen? Because American culture is working off women 24/7, 365. That's why I live in Japan. If you take a look at my short here, actually, I'll play my short. My number one short on my channel here is me talking about this situation with women in America. Women are born in the States and they're just endlessly jerked off 24/7, 365 since they're little. You can do whatever you want. You're the best. You're a princess. You deserve the best man. You can be a space astronaut and be a wife and be a princess and be God and be rich and be a boss babe and do all this. And if they're just eating it up, they're just eating it up. And it's not real because that's just not life. It's not like that for men. It's not like that for women. Let me show you what exactly I'm talking about because a lot of guys can relate to this here. If you go to my YouTube channel right here, Modern Life Dating, click on shorts, click popular. It's my number one short with 15 million views. Take a look here. In Japan, women are not like endlessly jerked off 24/7, 365 like they are in the States. A lot of Japanese girls have low self-esteem. A lot of Japanese girls are unsure of themselves. There's a saying in Japan that says, the nail whose head is sticking out from the rest is the one that attracts the hammer. Japanese people are taught not to stand out, especially the women. What happens? Okay. A lot of these Japanese girls have complexes. They have low self-esteem. And what happens when people typically have low self-esteem? They overachieve. That's why this nation is filled with beautiful women. This is also why when Western women come to Japan, they never last. They never last because they have it on easy mode back in their countries. In Japan, so that's exactly what happens, right? So they get caught up in this, quite frankly, like psyop that is just constantly telling women, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Men are evil and you don't need. And the people who are telling them this, big corporations who want their money and big governments who want their votes and who want to extort them, you know? So their options are always leave the guy, leave the guy, leave the guy. I have smart women that contact me and they always say, like, I typically don't go to my single girlfriends for relationship advice because single girls are single for a reason. Okay. And you have to understand this too. Women are inherently jealous of each other. Women are naturally, that means naturally, inherently, women are just naturally jealous of each other. Okay. I was hanging out with a girl one time and we were getting in an elevator going up to her apartment. And another girl got into the elevator with us. This chick was like about in the elevator with us total of like 35 seconds. And this girl lived on a higher floor. So in Japan, the higher the floor you are, the more expensive your rent is, right? So we get out, I noticed the girl and we go into the apartment and we just start chatting. And she's like, did you see that girl? I was like, yeah, I saw her. She's like, what do you think? I was just like, wow, she was dressed well. Like she probably like works in like the nightclub industry. She's like, yeah, I wonder what she does. She lives on a higher floor than me. Already like instantly jealous and competing with a complete stranger she just met like 35 seconds ago. Am I the only one that just is like fucking mind blowing? So that happens on every angle. So when you're dating a girl and she's having a great time with you, she's happy, you guys are having a lot of sex, you guys are going on vacations together, her single girlfriends are watching with envy because then they have to sit at home and realize, well, why am I such fat? They're just like so angry and so bitter about the fact that they are alone. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. And their girlfriends, 9 times out of 10, do not want to see them with a better guy than that girl has. So, especially if you're a high value guy, okay, you are really maxing out money, muscles, game, frame. Okay. If you're in the top 10% of all these, bro, forget it. You forget it. But at the same time, you need to, when I say forget it, I'm like, forget it. You're going to be okay. You're going to get a girl. But you need to be mentally aware with your game and your frame. Okay. You have to be aware of both of these things, that you have to protect your relationship from outside sources. And the number one enemy in today's modern world are her single friends. Now, you think I'm just going on and just harping bullshit, but I have a bunch of examples here. Recently on my Instagram, okay, I put out a call to the females. I said, if you have examples of females trying to sabotage your relationship, please send me some advice. Okay. The girls that send me all this stuff, these girls are all objectively beautiful, young. Some are mothers, some are married. Okay. All in relationships, either married or in a long term relationship. Take a look here at some of the evidence we have. Okay. This one here, this is exhibit 1. Okay. This is a Japanese American girl in Tokyo. She's beautiful. She's a legit model. She is young. She's like in her mid 20s. And her husband is a high value guy and she's a mother. Okay. So check this out. She says, single women are always the ones who encourage you to break up with your boyfriend and be a quote boss bitch, end quote, because they want you to be single and miserable with them. Guys, misery loves company. Misery loves company. She goes on to say, it's beneficial for them to have other single friends than friends in committed relationships for things like going clubbing, low value, hoe behavior, and wanting to be invited to VIP tables. I mean, if the highlight of your life is going to a club and being invited to tables, you are empty inside as a woman. I'm sorry. You are dead and empty inside, and I pray that the Lord saves you. Or when the guy they're interested in asks them to bring a friend, etc., using other women as pawns. And I also think women are just inherently jealous of each other versus the women in relationships who understand commitment are the friends who will versus the women in relationships who understand commitment are the friends who will encourage you to work on things like trust and communication rather than immediately encouraging you to quote leave him, end quote. Okay. It is so true. Guys, let me just tell you something. All right. When you're, and goes for guys too, because a lot of guys want to say, next, hard next, go. She's done. She's a piece of shit. God, next. Okay. In a relationship, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have troubles. There are going to be fights. You're two imperfect people coming together. But you, as the man, you need to have rock solid frame and be solid in your masculinity. You need to be the rock in the relationship, the steady one. So when she's being all chaotic in her emotions, you stay calm. You don't get dragged into that, because when you get dragged into her emotions, now you're in her frame. You do not want to be in her frame. You want to be in your frame always. Okay. So these things are going to happen. Okay. Conflict resolution. And that's what she's talking about. Communication, trust. Okay. When you're in a relationship with a girl, you need to set the boundaries very soon and say, listen, whatever happens between us is between us. Okay. I dated a girl one time, and anytime we had a fight, she would run to like 5 to 8 people and just tell them all of our problems. And I just like, dude, what in the actual fuck are you doing? Stop that. That is immature. That is embarrassing. And it, guys, it is embarrassing for both of you. And here, for you men too, okay? Listen, when you're in a relationship and you run to your friends and start saying, like, oh, I'm going to dump this. I can't believe she did this. She did X. She did Y. She did Z. And then you go back to that girl, you both look like idiots. Same thing with her. When she's like, this guy, I don't need him, blah, 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 whatever. And then you end up resolving the conflict, feeling better about the situation. And you get back together, you have the make up and all that, whatever, right? All things are good again. All she has done and all you have done is emboldened her single friends. Okay. And those single friends will keep these psychological attacks on your woman coming. And every time you give them a little victory, they get more bold. Okay. There has to be a time when you guys eventually realize, like, you have to, eventually you're going to have to, like, lay down a boundary and be like, look, I can't take you seriously if you're going to consistently go to your female friends for advice who are just going to on me. That's a massive red flag. And you can't, like, it just can't have that kind of relationship. These chicks will sabotage you.